Please drop a like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm. Also consider supporting my channel in the description down below. Thank you. Propaganda. Charlie Kirk, Mr. Propaganda, typical CNN viewer, proves how far from reality they are.
Hey Charlie.
Yes, sir.
My name's Patrick. I'm a student here.
Wait a second. They used they pronouns for this person. Say how far from reality he is. Like, why did they say they are? Like, how woke is this, dude? This is so woke. How far from reality they are?
My question to you is, why are you so hypocritical in the way that you look at Trump and Biden? As far as the economy goes, every time he announces a tariff, economy tanks. We saw that twice in March, and then in the most recent one where he announced like
Well, Trump is fighting for the working man, and the market is going to go down because we need a big restructuring, and Trump is the only one willing to do the restructuring. And because of Trump's bravery, the working class is finally getting a win over the rich. Is Charlie Kirk going to say
the
that?
largest or the most.
Do you not want to protect American businesses as well? Do you not want to protect American businesses, bro?
Tariff percentage.
Do you mean the stock market or the economy?
Everything in general.
Ah, the stock market or the economy. Let's go. Say it.
Just like the way
The stock market's back up to even before the tariff announcement.
Yeah, but
That's
that's because
back
he took away the
up, dude.
tariffs. He took it away because all of his billionaire buddies.
I made it out of the water, guys. I made it out of the water because Trump stopped drowning me. Trump saved me by not drowning me, okay? We survived the water because Trump is no longer drowning us, okay? He did that. Trump did that.
More or less, it's true. Elon Musk isn't really on TV anymore because he's lost trillions in Tesla.
He was just in the cabinet meeting last week wearing
He lost
multiple
trillions.
hats.
No.
Did you see that? He said, "I wear many hats."
No, I don't watch the.
Well, then why do you
I
say
don't
he's
watch
not
it
on
anymore.
TV? You said you know what he's on TV. Don't even. Why you said he's not on TV anymore? You say you don't watch TV.
I don't. I just see him everywhere. I used to see him everywhere, and then as soon as the tariffs went into effect, he lost trillions in Tesla.
Trillions.
Stock, he stopped showing up. Who was it? Pete Hegseth is a moron.
Hold on, let's pause at that. Is military recruitment up?
Not sure. Is
Yes,
it?
it is. Is military morale up?
Not sure.
Are military war games up?
Not sure.
Yes. Is military procurement
Morale.
going in the right direction?
Oh, I mean,
Wait, so hold on a
can say
second.
all
You
this.
call Pete Hegseth
I mean, law schools are having a lot of applicants. That's usually a recession indicator.
the moron, yet more people want to join our military, and they're happier fighting in our military with Pete Hegseth as head of Secretary of Defense. So that's really weird. Why is he a moron exactly?
Well, because
you know
of
he
the-
served in the U.S. military
Of
alongside.
course, and I appreciate his service.
Is that how you talk to veterans? You call them morons?
No, I don't. And don't say that I do.
That's what. No, but why is he a moron exactly?
Well, because of the two signal.
By the way, 2024 had a huge increase too. There's been a trend of a huge increase in military recruitment. The idea this is new because of Hegseth. After he was in like a month, I think Hegseth got like announced and was confirmed, and then it's like, wow, look, we have so much recruitment because of Hegseth.
He
He did
Woo.
not add the reporter into there.
It
Wait,
doesn't
I thought
matter.
it was Trump. I thought Trump did the
Hey,
recruitment.
why is he having?
Signal's an improved communication platform done by the Biden administration. Actually, do you use Signal? Do you use WhatsApp? Do you use Telegram?
No, I don't.
Oh, you don't really? You don't
No.
use any messaging apps?
I just use iMessage.
Okay, that's a messaging app.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's also a secure one as well. But what is the contention here? You said the hypocrisy. So let me now try to get which person is more.
Pete Hegseth was texting these confidential Signal chats on a personal phone on a private server in the Pentagon. If you don't understand why that is a big security breach, then I don't know what we can say to you because your brain is mushy.
Was more capable of talking to the media, Joe Biden or Donald Trump?
Neither.
Bro, those freaking Russian hackers and Chinese hackers are having a field day right now. They probably have a direct entry into our treasury with Doge doing all their work. By the way, Trump and Biden, all right, he's making this dumb soy face right here. But when Trump talks, although Trump is not like talking slowly or having a stutter, all right, Trump sounds a million times worse than Biden on the actual merits of the words they are saying, okay? Trump says the wildest shit all the time, bro. Groceries, it's a new term. It's a very old term. I never heard it before. Groceries. I found out groceries are where they keep the food at. The groceries. And then Trump is like, Trump said, Trump said this really good one 30 years ago. I wish I could have sex with my own daughter. She's so sexy. When Trump said that was crazy. But like, hey, Trump, who pays the tariffs? The other countries pay the it's just like, it's so wild. They're both too old and weak. But if you say one is bad and the other is not bad, you're probably a partisan hack. But Biden, when he talked, was actually making some sense. It's easy to sound like you have energy if your only words are, you're dumb, you're stupid, wow. Everyone's so mean to me. Imagine if Joe Biden said in every interview, everyone's so mean to me. So mean. Imagine if Joe Biden talked like Trump, bro. Dude, my life is so hard. Trump whines like the biggest weenie in the world. Biggest weenie in the world all the time.
Joe Biden, that's my biggest gripe.
Did you have full faith in Joe Biden's ability to complete sentences?
To a certain extent, I did. And then I didn't. After I realized maybe he is too old to be in office, just like Donald Trump, which he will be the oldest president
age
in
has
office.
nothing to do with it. Brain acuity
now
has
it
a lot.
doesn't. It doesn't now, but when Biden was in office,
No,
it
we
did.
never criticized Biden's age. We criticized his lack of knowing where he is and his dementia.
And then that's my point. You talk about Biden when he was dementiated, like you said.
Yes, and
Trump said a few days ago that it's good that truckers are getting laid off and our ports are having like 20% lower yield because if we're not trading with China, if we're not paying China for goods and you know, receiving those goods for our small businesses and everything, then we're not losing money because trade deficits mean we're losing money and we're subsidizing those countries. Like Trump just says these things that make no sense in reality. Like I do admit, by the way, that Joe Biden said a bunch of wild stuff and he's way too old and he should have never been speaking publicly at all. He should not be public anymore, like right now. But if you can say that, if I can say that, my biggest issue is I can say that. And a Trumper will be like, Donald Trump is literally God. He has a 20-inch vertical. And like he is literally God's greatest gift to Earth. He is running laps around the entire White House right now. And Trump's like on a golf cart. He's working so hard for the American people. Wow, Donald Trump, when Pam Bondi said to Trump, President Trump, you have saved 268 million lives. Eat that, media. 268 million lives. 268 million Americans would have died without you, President Trump, because of the amazing fentanyl crackdown. It's like, okay, dude. North Korea much.
Okay, Donald Trump has done multiple hours of freewheeling press conferences a week. Joe Biden wouldn't talk to the press for weeks on end. So, but you say that the hypocrisy, I'm very interested. What do you mean by that? Because,
bro, Trump's press conferences are literally, everyone is mean to me, but we're going to do a good job. They don't like Trump. They don't like Trump, but I don't care. We're going to do a great job. They hate me. They hate me. Everything's so unfair to me. Everyone hates Trump. Oh, Taylor Swift. Taylor doesn't like Trump. Travis, I think Travis likes Trump. Like that's the entire dude. It's easy to say bullshit, bro.
Actually, Joe Biden told us the southern border was an impossible problem to solve and needed Congress to solve. The southern border is
Okay. To solve the southern border, and this is why Charlie Kirk says his audience is a bunch of pushovers that don't care about facts or anything. To solve the southern border for real, you do need Congress to allocate funding and to change the actual laws. Okay? When they say like, oh, why did the courts let Joe Biden bring in all the illegals? Bro, the laws were followed. Like the laws were followed. Okay? The laws need to be changed if you want the asylum laws to be less lax. All right? Congress does need to pass a border bill to truly change the border without just using Band-Aids and ICE agents being put on dog leashes to bite immigrants to scare them away. Like we need actual fixes.
Is so secure right now. We have a 99.99% reduction in all border crossings. And
that's just a fear factor.
Yes, these individuals are they are very affected by the border. I'm sure their number one issue in America right now is anti-white racism.
It's a fact, actually.
Well, because when Trump is saying that he's going to deport every single immigrant, it makes immigrants not want to come in.
Good for Trump. That's amazing. And by the way, don't call them immigrants. They're line cutters and border jumpers. Immigrants are people that wait in line and fill out the forms and come here correctly. Don't conflate the two. Don't conflate the two. When you border jump, you're not an immigrant. You're something completely different.
A criminal? Is that what you're going to say?
You're not an equivalent.
An equivalent of what? A human?
One is a criminal. One is a rule follower. One is a lawbreaker. One is someone who waits in line.
So should they not have due process?
Well, it depends. You know that there's 3 ways that people don't have to due process in this country?
How?
Because actually, according to the Supreme Court in 2019, if you come across the southern border within 14 days or 100 miles southern border, you can be deported immediately without due process because you're not an American citizen. Supreme Court ruled that. According to the Alien Enemies Act, which President Trump invoked with Kilmar Garcia, there's no due process that is necessary. So, as I have said, you do not need due process for that if you are an illegal alien invader.
This was shot before the Supreme Court knocked down the Alien Enemies Act like 5 times in a row. some 9-0 rulings against Trump, some 7-2 rulings, just one today against Trump. So the Alien Enemies Act was very illegal, very unconstitutional, and very bad for America in general. There's a reason tourism is down in America by like 30%, and in total, like foreign students wanting to study here, study abroad here, it is down. It is really down. And really, we're having an effect right now where the asylum seekers that truly do need to follow asylum laws the right way. I mean, some of them got sent to El Salvador with no due process illegally, and they're innocent. But some of them, all right, some of these individuals really do have legitimate claims, but they're too scared to come to America because of this current regime. So we might be welcoming in people who are so-called border jumpers and illegal immigrants, and scaring away people who are truly looking for safety.
In the interior of this country under those circumstances. If you're a homeowner, you need to listen to this. When's the last time you checked on your home title? That's the legal proof that you own your house. If you're like me, the answer is never. The problem is, in today's AI and cyber world, scammers are stealing home titles.
The typical scary AI stalker picture guy.
Code Kirk.
Let me take it back real quick. Let me take it back. You say that Biden had a atrocious economy.
Correct, and Trump's been president for like 104 days.
Yeah, and with the tariffs,
There's going to be a lower cost on day one.
Gas is down. Eggs are down. Actually,
gas is down. Gas is down because of the global markets dropping, and futures dropping as well. Gas went down a lot before 2008 recession. By the way, 2008, in every recession it goes down, but.
Let me look at this.
Eggs
Can you look at this chart
either.
for me? You see,
my eggs right now are the most expensive they've been, and everyone kind of sees that. When Trump says egg prices are down 90%, another thing Trump says that's very senile, the eggs are down 90%, 98%. That would mean the eggs are probably like 20 cents. But Trump doesn't really understand where he is very often. But okay.
Inflation drops to 2.4% in March, lower than expected. Thank you, President Trump. You see, it was going up right here.
Lower than expected. I love it. It's like. Again, like, okay, well, I was about to drown, and I was really close to drowning, and I did better than expected because Trump let me breathe air again. It's like, well, someone was the reason. Some one person is the reason the expectations were low, and we beat the low expectations. Like, we beat the bad expectations, guys. Hell yeah, we had terrible expectations. At least we did not hit rock bottom.
This was Joe Biden. You see that? Joe Biden, Trump. Joe Biden.
Do you see him at the bottom?
Do you see Joe Biden, Trump? Do you see that? Joe Biden, Trump.
Oh, he's doing the typical messaging. Kamala bad, Trump good. Kamala high tax, Trump low tax.
And Trump is all the way on the way down. Joe Biden, Trump. Can you do it with me? Joe Biden, Trump.
Unironically, that's how you teach MAGA to.
Do you want? I'll sign this for you.
They're clapping. See, they like it.
Yeah,
they like it.
My buddy, he also doesn't have a brain.
Doesn't have a brain. Okay.
Yeah. It's okay. He's still my friend though. So I just want you.
You gotta hold it up for the camera.
If.
There you go. Inflation is down, everybody.
All right. I just want you, if at the end of Trump's presidency, and he.
It really is a good setup, man. It's a great setup that Charlie does. This whole arena-like setting where it's like, come up and debate the master debater, and they're gonna bring up a bunch of like unskilled public speakers to come up here and just look silly. Like, it really is a very smart business model, man. A bunch of random college kids.
Overall, it's a failure. Will you admit that it was a failure?
I mean, yeah,
the tariffs are a failure. You can admit that.
Hold on a second.
If it's a failure, then the deep state did it, and Trump actually is the reason that we did not do worse. And actually, if it's a failure, we meant there to be a failure, because if there's a failure, then it's like a slingshot, and if we fall, then we have to come back. What goes around comes around, and like God works in mysterious ways.
First of all, what you consider to be a failure, I consider roaring success. I think border secure is very good.
I'm not talking about border.
I think manufacturing jobs coming up is very good. Like, yes, if something
manufacturing is dropping,
don't go well, I will be honest about it. But even right now, we're not agreeing on success or failure. You're saying Trump is failing, and yet inflation is going down. We're bringing jobs back to the country. We had a better jobs report than anybody expected last week. The stock market has fully recovered. We're about to get no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, no tax on Social Security.
Oh yeah.
So
that's so
all
happening.
Of those things will
that's
work.
Happening.
You're going to see the opening of the American economy unlike anything ever before. I believe we'll see the end of the Russian-Ukrainian war. I believe we're finally going to
that's
see
happening
no
too.
men and female sports, no chemical castration of kids.
Oh yeah.
And he's already delivered on all those promises.
That's happening. That's actually happening.
Well,
To get into the 2nd grade, you have to have your kid chemically castrated. I don't know if you guys knew that.
You were a big Biden supporter,
It happens
right?
all the
Not
time.
really.
For
I mean,
free,
it was
too.
just
For free.
well,
Actually, for trans kids, if you come out as trans as a 10-year-old, they actually give you free gender affirming care. That happens in many places in America. You see, the local taxpayers love paying for this, like, the only place in America where you get just like free elective health care. It's actually wild that we have this. I mean, the simple loophole to get free health care, obviously, is to become a trans kid and you get instant surgery. It's crazy. It's so awesome. Anyone out there who's trans, like, just...
Actually, when Kamala was on the ticket, I'd rather vote for her than Trump, so I voted
fine.
for her.
Fine. Hold on. Okay. So, but I mean, you're bashing on Trump. What was Joe Biden and Kamala Harris's biggest accomplishment? What was the one that really got you excited?
The Chips and Science Act.
Oh, the Chips and Science Act. Okay. Anything else?
What was that reaction? Like, yeah, the Chips and Science Act, the model blueprint for how to actually bring back manufacturing, which has brought back manufacturing to places like West Virginia, like mostly West Virginia, replacing old coal mines and steel mills with steel plants with like new battery manufacturing facilities. It's just like...
And nobody even knows what the Chips and Science
No,
Act
I know what it is.
I know, but I'm not talking about them. Obviously, you know this is your job. But all I'm saying is when...
Okay, why is Charlie not attacking that point? Again, every time I do a reaction here, whenever there's a good argument brought up, Charlie just does not answer it. This is why this is why Jolah Talks Politics got to get up there, bro.
Biden left office, the inflation rate was at 2.4%, right? Yeah, 2.4%, as you showed me, at the very end of his presidency. And when Trump announced his tariffs, both times, it rose inflation to a staggering rate. Eventually, on the last round of tariffs, before the most recent one, when he, I'm blanking.
We got to get to the next question.
I love the comments are probably crazy under these videos too. It's like, hey, we brought up a random person in public versus a very media trained individual. Who sounds better? It's a who sounds better competition, guys. I wonder who's gonna come out on top. Really confusing. Every single one of us is media. For us to overcome what's happening right now, we all need to push in the right direction. Whether you make your own content, if you share my content or another creator you like, thank you so much for supporting this. We all need to do our job, and I really appreciate what you have to give, whether it's financial or not. If you cannot afford to donate, do not donate. Share the video around, drop a like, comment, subscribe. You are helping more than you could ever imagine.